I started a new knitting project, but I fear it has already gone sideways, which is not that unusual for me, to be honest. I started a new knitting project, which is the, I think it's called Denise, and I got it from Vintage Knitting Party. Little sweater with an all-in-one sleeve. The way the color changes, it's not just a stripe, it has that like triangle thing going, and I thought that was super cute, a really unusual detail. The bottom was the white, middle stripe with this baby pink, and the top stripe, this kind of more dark pink. Oh no. This is 1x1 rib, which I found really annoying to make. Anyway, so I did that, and then I switched over to bigger needles, and then you just keep increasing. Like, you just keep increasing, making it wider and wider. And eventually, like, I just had too many stitches, and they were so bunched up together on my needles that I had to go out and buy some more needles. Alrighty, look how wide this is. I don't know. I feel like this is turning out too long. I'm currently working the darker shade. They say to do 46 rows of this before you start shaping for the shoulders. I'm only on like row 16 or 17. I don't know. It's really wide and really long because like this is, my legs are here. I'm confused about it, honestly. I've had the feeling that it's getting really wide for a while, but my thinking is sometimes you just have to like trust the pattern, and it looks really weird, but you just have to keep going until you figure out why it is the way it is. The thing is, I won't know if this is correct until I finish the back and sew it together and see it on my body. Vintage patterns will they'll suggest something, but like that's not available anymore. So I'll try and do it with a yarn that I think is going to be a similar weight and then like kind of figure it out. I don't know if the yarn is too thick. Also, there's like a ton of stitches. I'm making the smallest size, and you're supposed to have, at the point where I am now, 159 stitches on a needle. And like, that's a lot of stitches, right? I didn't do a gauge swatch, okay? I will admit I did not, but I usually don't. Thing is, most of the time with vintage patterns, they tell you like knit for X amount of inches. Even if I don't have gauge, I'm still making the right size because I'm knitting to a size, like to a specific measurement and not to a specific number of rows. But this works in amounts of rows, and I think it's way too long. The bust size for this is 32 inches. My bust is a 34, and I usually still knit a 32 bust because I think my gauge is a little bit bigger. I feel like my options are mess around and find out. You know, I make the front and the back and I sew it together and I try it on at that point and see. Or I guess I could frog it and like try to make it smaller, like not only shorter but also less wide, and I would have to do like a bunch of math, keep the spacing between these little triangles even. Let me know what you think I should do. I really like this sweater and I want to figure it out.